I just graduated high school, and I'm happy to be here.
You must be firm.
Yeah.
Because if your yes is a no sometimes and then it becomes a yes again, they'll know that tumemzoea. Mimi naambia mtanizoea mimi. Nini. Tuskazoeane.
Has kept you intact and stay focused, especially with school?
There are scholarships out there. There are grants out there in those colleges. Encourage your child.
I actually got the theology award.
Tell us. No, it was a surprise. We were like, oh my God. Yes, he received a scholarship. It's an academic scholarship too. And so you're not going to pay anything.
Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Mkenya Marekani. This is a platform where we normally educate you and feature also Kenyans who are doing extraordinary. And today I have a high schooler who graduated yesterday. I was supposed to go, but mambo yakawa mengi kukachemuka. So without any further ado, I'll allow my good friend to introduce himself, and then we can move from there.
Hey guys, my name is Steven. I just graduated high school, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. You know, the reason we are featuring mostly young people is because we want also to highlight the positive, what happens in our community. And that's why we brought one of my good friend, Mr. Steven. Wanakuitanga aje, by the way? They call you, you have nickname?
Mr. President.
Mr. President. Absolutely. So, what did you graduate in?
I graduated high school at Concordia Christian Academy. That was yesterday, and graduated out of class of 11.
Wow, that's amazing. And you got an award.
I did. I actually got the theology award. 2 nights ago, we had a senior night, which provided each of the seniors a special award in regards to their different abilities. Mine was, in this case, theology.
Wow, is it because you're a son of a pastor?
I think that definitely helped.
Wow. You know, a lot of young people, mostly your age, people get lost a little bit. But what has kept you intact and stay focused, especially with school?
I definitely think that my faith was a strong point. The way that my mother and father raised me was especially important as well, because they taught me that if you follow God, you'll be on the right path.
Do you normally preach at school?
I do. I'm actually one of the people who leads prayers often whenever we come together and pray, and I also read the scripture.
Oh, that's amazing. By the way, let me ask, did you migrate here while you're born in America?
I moved here when I was young.
How old were you when you moved?
2
years. So you know Swahili a little bit?
Asha. More Kikuyu.
That's amazing. Wow, you can converse in Kikuyu?
I understand it. Speaking is a little difficult, but yes.
Yeah. What are some of the challenges being a son of a pastor and your mom is a pastor growing up? Do you have a certain pressure, or?
People expect you to know a lot of things about the Bible and just expect you to answer all of the Bible questions, but sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you just have to say that I too am human and don't have all the answers.
Yeah. Correct. And you're also very active in church. What will you tell young people who are your age and they are not active? Most specifically, maybe Kenyan church. Sometimes people feel like it's not where they belong. Would you tell them?
Definitely find something that is similar to your interests. For example, I like technology and all of the computers and all that. So I actually work upstairs in the media team. If you like singing, join the praise team, or things like that. If you like helping out people, join hospitality, etc.
Wow, yeah, that's correct. You're also very sportish. I saw you running one time, eh? You are 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐴 in the making.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes you gotta run.
That's amazing. I know you talk a lot with young people, yeah. So and I know you have future ambition. First of all, what do you want to become?
I want to be a pharmacist. I'm going to PLU in chemistry, and then hoping to get my pharmacy degree.
Yeah, and what are you doing to achieve that?
I've already taken a couple of classes while in high school that lead into pharmacy, and will be pursuing to go to University of Washington's pharmacy school after I complete my 4 years at PLU.
Oh, that's fantastic. Do you normally have a pressure? You know, sometimes I think there's a gap that is created because sometimes we are two Kenyans and you guys are pulled towards American side. Do you find an imbalance or so? How do you deal with that?
Usually, I keep both people together because I want to interact with both sides as much as possible. Because I in fact yesterday I had my graduation party here, and I invited my American friends to come join in the Kenyan festivities, and that was a good way to bring the two worlds together because you want to create as much interaction as possible.
Do you feel more free when you are in the Kenyan side or the American side?
American side. But I think that's good because then it's still a balance, because on the Kenyan side you're more strict, and so there's a good way to balance. Yeah.
Do you think you would want to go back to Kenya and impact people back home?
I think I would. I would have to figure out what I would do, but I think it would be very nice to go back and do that.
Yeah. Have you gone back to Kenya yet?
I have. I went back 4 years ago, I think. I'm going back this summer, actually.
What do you miss about home?
Hey, nyamcho.
Move here.
It's just not the same. It's just not the same.
It's not the same.
Sir.
What about the food?
You know, there's a flavor that America just doesn't have.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for gracing our platform. What else would you want to say mostly to the young people? You know, we've been losing a lot of young people here, mostly to drugs and just too much exposure. Yeah. What you would have to say?
Definitely remember to finish your studies, stay in school, and keep the right circle of friends, because at the end of the day, those friends will be the ones who ultimately guide you to become who you are. Because if you don't keep a good circle, you won't have a good path to follow.
Yeah. One more last question. What has being in a Christian private school done to you?
It definitely has allowed me to work on my faith and even explore the difficulties of being a Christian in today's society. It also, with the small size, has allowed me to greater understand my fellow classmates.
Wow, that's amazing. I'll be talking to your dad and your mom to just get a feel of their son, their firstborn son, graduating. Congratulations. Sky is no limit for you. We'll come here next time for your other graduation.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. God bless you. We'll see you another time. Cheers. Yeah, keep it here ndani ya Mkenya Marekani. I'll be bringing more interviews for you. And if you have any stories you want to give us, be it you are graduating from different schools, doing different things, and also if you have a business you want to advertise, this is the platform for you. Keep it here ndani ya Mkenya Marekani. Yeah, God bless you. I think I'm gonna be heading inside the church to see whether I'll get his dad and mom to just come and give us a small conversation, their feeling about their son graduating. God bless you. Keep it here ndani ya Mkenya Marekani. Now, ladies and gentlemen, katika pita zangu I found Steve's mom, ambayo ni mama mchungaji wa hapa. I'll just allow her to say hi to us and her name.
Hello, my name is Julia Omboiwero, and I love the Lord as my personal savior. I'm glad that I can testify of his faithfulness and his greatness upon my life.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, yeah, we are all good. Yeah. So, wow, that's amazing. I'm happy. You know, yesterday, mambo yalikuwa mengi. I missed the occasion.
Yalikuwa yamechacha kabisa.
How do you feel that your son has graduated from high school?
Oh my God, that's a good question. I feel excited. I feel honored. I feel this is the doing of the Lord. Because I remember the first time, you know, when I gave birth to him, I was wondering, you know, will I ever see my child grow up? I would look at other children and, you know, I would desire. And so anyway, they are milestones, but I thank God that yesterday was a fulfillment of a long journey. And I can only attest that this is the doing of the Lord, not my strength, not my ability. Of course, you know, I've been trying, you know, as a parent, but the Lord has enabled me
Yeah.
So I feel excited, I feel happy, I feel I have achieved, if I can use that word.
Wow,
Have it.
that's fantastic. Now, bringing up children in America is a huge challenge, and even to see them graduating, how has it been for you?
Yeah, it's as you say, it's a real challenge, and I also want to say that even in other places, it's a challenge because it depends with, the how you're gonna do it and where you are at. Because even if it's a different country, maybe in Kenya, for example, because I can talk about Kenya because I've been brought up in Kenya. There are also difficulties. There are also difficulties here in America because there are different. Problems as in terms of the moral conduct of children. They have everything that they want. Like how do you filter what they're gonna get or not get? How do you relate with them and say no and just feel okay when you say no? How do you model? So there are those difficulties, but then the thing is that it depends with you as an individual. You have to set up a plan and a goal of how you want your children to become. So it calls you to set up those principles, like you lay a foundation, just like when you want to build a building, to come up with a house, for instance, you have to lay out the foundation. And then so, depending with the foundation that you lay, then it will also if it's strong, the building that you're gonna bring up, it will be strong. If like the guy that Jesus talked about, there was a guy who was foolish, another one was wise, but their foundations were different. So the one who built on the sand, when the storm came, the home fell down. But whoever built on the rock, the foundation was strong because it's a rock. When the rains came, then, so rains will come. Rains of pain, rains of drug abuse, rains of, attitude from the children, rains of peer pressure, rains of, or storms of all kinds, waves that will come. But where have you founded your child? Where did you found your child the moment you were bringing them up? I remember there's a time I had gone for a seminar in Kenya, and there was this lady, may she rest in peace, Mrs. Kagume. And I was a youth that time. Imagine. So she said, for those people who are looking forward, even if it's like 10 years to come, you want to get married, start praying for your child when they are still in your womb. So for whatever reason, when I got expectant with my child, I remembered that. I didn't know how I remember, but I remembered. So I started praying for them, praying. So I pray for every pregnancy. But in all this, what I'm trying to bring is that the foundation is very, very important. But the storms will still have to come. So it depends with where where the foundation. It depends with whatever the structure you're going to bring up depends with the foundation that you have laid. And so if the foundation is strong, the structure will stand firm. And the winds, the tornadoes, the hurricanes, everything will come. And then it will be tested, and there's somewhere in the Bible says that, your works will be tested. Whether it was hay you used or whether it was straw, whatever you used for your works, they will be tested. So that's what I apply as an individual, as a parent, and together with my husband. That is the application.
I just want you to advise most parents, because we're talking about America because we're here, and there's a huge challenge because first there's too much exposure. There is also too much working. Parents are working too much, and sometimes they forget their children. And because of the hustle, there is also too much pressure for people in America. You have people at home, we understand. But how do you do the balance now? How do you do the balance? Just generally, not for you, for your child. Just for a parent who is watching us here.
Okay, first and foremost, I would say, just as I started saying, the pressure is everywhere, and good thing that, we are in America. And I want to say that you have to set boundaries, You have to create time, you set boundaries, and you keep to them. Because sometimes we set boundaries, but we don't keep them. That's the problem. And that's the problem, parents are having. And then you have to be firm. If you said no,
it's a no.
Please make your no be a no, because these children, they are smarter, they are wiser, they know.
Yeah.
They'll know, they'll study you, they'll know you. And if you are, maybe for instance, you are two parents and one of the parent is a little bit not so harsh. I don't use the word harsh, but easygoing. Good. The one is easygoing.
Are you the harsh one or this?
I don't know at this point. If one of the parent is easygoing and you're not on the same table, the same page when you are, bringing them up, they'll know. And so every time that kid goes to the easygoing parent and and eventually both of you are left in conflict. But now you said that it's hard and difficulty and because of the jobs and everything. Yes, I know. I've been here. I brought up my children here. And he has graduated. But how did I do that? I want to use my own example. How did I do that? I used to work so hard. I would go to church. There is not even a single day I didn't go to church. Why? Because I have my own reasons why.
Yeah.
Some people would feel as if, it's a big deal. But I have my own reasons why I want to go to church. Because that's why I'm nourished. That's why I meet with people. And out of the stresses of a whole week, I dump them at church. I bring them at church and, I talk with people. I feel I'm nourished. That's why I'm nourished. That's why, that's one of my reasons I want to be in church. So the other thing is that I would work nights. I'd even work days. I would talk to my manager and would tell them, because of my children, every time I speak to the manager, I tell them, this is because of my children.
Yeah.
Can I switch this shift to this? Because I'm trying to find ways and means. And then the other thing, for instance, you're tired, you worked a night or something, you want to come and engage with your child. What do? Just tell the child to come. Ask them all sorts of questions. See as if you're engaging them. Engage them. Maybe they went to school. Of course, they went to school because I worked at night, so that during the day I would take a little rest and then wait for them to come from home. But I have to engage them. I have to know what homework did you get?
Yeah.
I want to see your homework. Because sometimes when you are trying to talk to your child, I want to see your homework, they'll resist. They don't want to show their homework. They don't want to do their homework. You have to ask for the homework. You have to ask for those papers. I need to sign up. You even don't know whether there were papers to be signed.
Yeah.
I want to sign those papers because I literally would get their backpacks and, put everything out. I want to see those paperwork and everything. But the problem is that if the parent is laxed, you are relaxed. Wewe hata una haraka, you are relaxed, una mbio. Mtoto atajua huyu ananga shida, ananga shughuli. So that becomes a problem. Now you enter into another phase of, of you procrastinating things. I'll check your homework tomorrow. Or what did the teacher say? And then the child will know, huyu hata hakuangi serious. So they'll never do their homework because here they have to do their homework, they have to turn in their assignment in time because that one keeps the kid in school. So even if you're so much tired, my children tell me, Mom, every time I bring my papers, you're just dozing. Yes! Because I was tired. But when they talk to me, I wake up again. I wake up again. Yeah. And so the thing is that you want to engage your child. You want to make sure that you are firm. You want to make sure that you talk to your manager. Let them know you, but you keep switching shifts. Yes, you think you're the only one who works here. Yeah. This is because of my child, So you try always and all forms that you are able to, I've taken my children even to daycare sometimes, and then it didn't work for me. Then I pulled them out, and then I started. So you are the one to create time. Yeah. You must create time for your own children. If you don't create that time, you never find time. You will never find time. And because your child is a blessing, your child is you've been given to you are a steward, if I would use that word. Yeah. You're a steward. So it's like another's property. Mm-hmm. He is or she is God's property. So you have to steward. You have to take care of what you've been given. So with that in mind, I try my level best. And some people wondered, how do you even do it? It's by the grace of the Lord. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It's by the grace of the Lord. But you have to be firm. You have to make sure you check those books, check those assignments.
Yeah.
Go to school. Tell them, I'm coming to that school. Who said that? I will come to that school and they will, something, just something. And in one of the days, just make sure you show up at school.
Yeah.
Just show up at school. Oh, I wanted to know how they're doing. Yeah, I want to know how so-and-so is doing. So that way, your children start seeing you in a different way. They'll know, oh, this is how mom or dad wants me to grow up. You will mold discipline. That's the way you start molding discipline. You start molding respect. You start molding all those good values. That's the way you do it.
Wow.
But if you are laxed, if you are you're just slack, you are just sloppy, you are just so used to doing your routine in the house, they'll just get used to your sloppiness and they will just they won't take you seriously. It's hard, it is sad, especially for parents nowadays. And then you realize what happens is that when they see your sloppiness or your slackness, they'll start going out because they know, oh, mom does work at night. And there you have some teenagers, they'll go through the window. But if you molded right from the beginning, oh, I'm coming to that school, even if there's nothing much you're gonna do, they know that by the time you say, I'm coming to that school and I want to talk to that teacher, they will never leave that home. Because they'll be seeing as if you're seeing them.
Yeah.
You went to work, but because it's something you molded, they will perceive as if, oh, mom can see us, and we are not allowed to do this. We can do this, or your dad, or whoever, the guardian, whoever takes care of those children.
Yeah.
So all I can say is that just be firm, just be you, just be firm. Don't fear. I mean, there's no way that the government will not take care of your own children. They cannot come take care of your children in your house.
It's yourself.
It is yourself. You have to work.
Yeah.
You have to do it yourself. And then above all, you have to trust God. You have to pray for your children. Let them hear you praying, mentioning them. I know so-and-so was caught by the teacher doing that, So when you pray in their hearing, they'll feel as if, why did you even mention that? When you're praying, we are going to bed. Your prayers are too long. They can say anything. Don't be offended. Let them say, Mom, you're extending these prayers. I didn't want to be in bed.
By the way, talking of that, we are raising kids in America and there's too many rights they know.
Yes.
And there's no kuchapa. There's no kuchuna. How do you deal with that?
I tell them stories of the old. And how I used to be chapwad. Anyhow, so do you know you can raise up a child without actually even chaparing? That one I believe, because I know you can do that. But again, it depends with what was done.
Yeah.
And how do you bring this? How do you marry this? You're going to tell them, in this country or in any country, don't even talk about that. In any institution, we have rules and regulations. Yeah. We have laws that govern us as a country. And if you go break someone's car, go break someone's house, they're going to take you to jail. Why are they taking you to jail? So that's like a chopper.
Yeah.
So it's like they're choppering you. The government will chopper you that way. So before you get to that jail, before you find yourself, you broke someone's or you stole or something, or just something happened to you, let's start from here. And because I don't want to do that, then you have to follow my instructions. You have, and that's why I started by saying, you must be firm.
Yeah.
Because if your yes is a no, sometimes, and then it becomes a yes again, they'll know that, 𝐜𝐴𝐤𝐬𝐴. Mimi naambia mtanizoea mimi. Nini. Tusikazoeane. Watoto wangu tusikazoeane. Mimi ni mama yako. Wacha tu strike balance. Mimi ni mama yenu.
Yes.
Tusikazoeane. Lakini let us trust the Lord. I know we are all weak. That's the way you say. We are all weak. We are all failures. But we keep lifting up ourselves up again. And you move on. It's not that I used to be a kid just like you. Yeah. Have conversations with your children, sir. Have your conversations with them at home.
Yeah.
don't just leave them.
Yeah.
They want a conversation. They want a relationship. And in every relationship, there's a conversation. Hold family meetings. I mean, tonight you're having a meeting. Family meetings. You know.
Unajua si tukiitwa family meeting tulikuwa najua hapo kuna mtu anaenda kugongwa vita.
Sasa unaona, sasa hiyo ni mentality yenye tuko tumewekwa. Lakini with our children, with everything that they know now, they know, hey, we are having a little family meeting, or you're just having a little, you know, just a little talk. Just call it a healthy talk.
Yeah.
We are having a little healthy talk. So what was your day? Like, uholile ulichapa nani, uligongwa na nani, nani alikusukumanisha or something, you know. So just that healthy talk, those are little nuggets of, you know, just bringing your family together every day. Come up with a little game, maybe board games. As we have board games at home,
yeah.
We play those board games, we watch a movie. I watch all these baby movies. I'm not, because sometimes as parents you feel, mkiona TV ya totuni. Watch with them. Yeah. I have learned a lot. And it's in those little movies, because sometimes you will hear maybe the language that was there, and then you say, hey, guys, did you hear that? That? It's a no-no. Yeah. That's the way you mold them. Yeah. That's the way you mold them. So be with your, and always be with your children. And always what I say, be the cheerleader of your own children. You are the best cheerleader. You are the best. Before the others come to cheer, before the others coming, be the first one. And they know the cheerleader from being my mom or my dad or my guardian is the best. Wengine wakikuja, I'm already cheered. Yeah. I'm already honored here. Yeah. I mean, I have a place, you know, like, so they will not water whatever, you know, may have been watered down, or, you know, and remember, keep telling them they have a potential. You have a potential. I know, and I can see you have a potential in you. You can be a very good singer. You can. That's the way we mold them. That's the way. Have those conversations. Call them healthy conversations. Usikasema kuna meetings ya board meeting. If you call it a board meeting, you utaenda peke yako.
Well, before we finish, your son also received an award and a scholarship.
Yeah, he got an award. And we can only thank the Lord. My heart is excited, and I just don't know, God. He was admitted to the university, the Pacific Lutheran University. Yeah. It's a Christian university. It's one of the best universities in Washington State. It is really, really good with everything, and in terms of education and in terms of what they offer. And so when we went there, you know, he was thought, oh, by the way, because of his grades, he just has to keep his grades. I'm like, hey, you have to keep your grades. You know how we do it here. Keep your grades. Yeah. You have to keep your grades. And so he got the full scholarship because of the grades. And then the other one he got from his high school because he was the president of the high school. So that's what I'm telling you, Gary. We have raised these children in America. And you just talk to your child. You're the one who, you know your child better than anybody else. Yeah. And don't fear your child. The problem we are having, we are fearing our own children, you know. And there's somewhere in the Bible says that, you know, the tree, I think it's Genesis, and the tree produced after, the trees or the plants or the, I'm trying to paraphrase, they produced after themselves. So you will produce after yourself. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So whatever you're gonna mold, it will show up somewhere. You will see that somewhere. So when Stephen, my son is called Stephen Mwadi, and so when we went to his award day on Friday, we were even surprised. We didn't know because the teacher didn't tell us. Yeah. No, it was a surprise. We were like, oh my God. Yes, he received a scholarship. It's an academic scholarship too. And so we're not going to pay anything. Wow. This is for the glory and honor of the Lord. That's why I'm saying that. Because I know it's possible. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Don't fear your child and keep praying for your child and tell the child, you know, my eyes are on you. I trust you. I know you can. Just avoid those corners. And they'll listen because our children, they hear, they listen. And the other thing, they also, you know, children learn better with visually. Yes. So what they see you do, they're gonna do that. Like your daughter will start start seeing her trying to do what you do.
Absolutely. Monkey see, monkey do.
Monkey do. I'm telling you. So with prayer, with couple prayer, couple it with those disciplines, couple it with being firm, couple it with all that, and the favor of the Lord will rest on you and your children, because you are told that the children of the righteous, they will be blessed in this land. I mean, wherever land it was then. So this one, we just say it is this land, because this is where I'm at right now. If I would be in Kenya, I would say the children of the blessed will be blessed in Kenya, wherever I am at that particular moment. So that's all I can say, is that there are scholarships out there, there are grants out there in those colleges. Encourage your child. Let them go. Just go. Ask all kinds of questions. Even if you want to call, keep calling them. These people, they want to see people who are having the vigor, the vitality, the energy to go forward and get whatever they have for the children. So yeah, we are glad.
That was so profound. I think we need this more conversation, because our young people are getting lost, but there are also young people who are doing extraordinary well, and those we are supposed to focus so that they can be a lesson to the rest of us, right? So I think let's also pastor speak some stuff so that we can get a wholesome of this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, and God bless you. And it is well. It is well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank
Asante
you.
sana.